Yeah, I know, part two, because I only have the 15-minute limit. But anyway, like I was saying with the Chernobyl Diaries, and I'll probably actually upload this after Halloween, because why not? But like I was saying, it just, the whole thing of not showing the creatures, it didn't bother me tremendously, because some of the makeup that I did see, granted, quick glimpses, they didn't really look that great. They didn't look that wild. Again, they look like, the Hills of Ice 2 type of makeup, which isn't that great. Like, they're bumpy, a little bit deformed. It really is like the Hills of Ice Part 2 remake or original. More like the remake of, well, not remake, but the sequel to the remake of Hills of Ice, I'll put it that way. And, the makeup isn't the greatest in there either, but you saw more of it here. I thought it was maybe a little bit creepier that they didn't show it. That didn't bother me. That was the least of my worries. Uh, Although, again, it's the whole thing of why do you film it like a found footage film when it's not a found footage film? Okay, it's a real film. Just film it like a real film. I think that'd be an interesting idea. A horror film take place in Chernobyl, this great location. Film it like a real movie. You got a great location. It's like Session 9. I really like Session 9. I know I did that review of Session 9 and everybody hated the movie. I'm like, really? Wow. I'm like the only one who likes Session 9, okay? But if Session 9 was made, but then they decided to do a found footage, I'm like, why? You got a great location. You don't need to do that. And one thing I did say I liked the scene with the little girl being bait scene. I did like this scene, I will admit, where they turn around, there's just a little girl standing there, and they're like, what the fuck? And, it shows these things have an intelligence because, of course, this little girl, they walk up trying to talk to her. Of course, one is lagging, and so someone can go around, take her. They turn around, then they turn around, and the girl's gone. So they have a certain intelligence. They use the girl as bait. They draw to her, and then they go around and take that girl. So I actually like that scene. I like that scene. But then you find the girl that they took later, and she's like barely even have any marks on her. That didn't make any sense. And like I was saying before, you don't see the fuck. You don't see what happened to your younger brother. You see like a wedding ring because the younger brother was going to propose. You never find his body. Uh, it didn't bother me either way that we didn't know. I mean, we could guess. He's dead. This is coming from a guy from who loves Blair Witch Project, which you don't see Joshua Leonard's body. But Blair Witch Project, see, the thing was me with Blair Witch Project, why I love that film, but I don't love this movie, is I thought Blair Witch Project, to be honest, one of the reasons why I love that film, I think it has a good psychological state to it. I think the three characters, it's really about those three characters, Mike, Heather, Josh, and their disintegration of, from friends to the world tearing them apart, so to speak. And that I understand more why you don't show stuff because, granted, this time I could go either way, but Blair Witch I really understood because I don't want to see a fucking witch. I've never been scared by a witch in movies. Never. Not Wizard of Oz. Not anything. Never. Showing a witch would be stupid. Here, though, you can make it decent with good makeup effects of, mutated people. Um, but they don't. I guess the whole idea is that faceless figure. A lot of times you see them, they're kind of faceless. You don't really see much of them, so you can interpret in your own mind what they look like. Which again, considering the glimpses I saw of the makeup, it was better to interpret in my mind, in my opinion. But yeah, like one guy, he gets yanked, and they're climbing a ladder, and a girl, she gets yanked. They're running and they get attacked, and then for some reason the older brother, for some reason he can't fucking see. I have no idea. And then the military comes, and granted he can't see it, but he can hear it. And what's stupid is he can hear it's another language, and he's the one who knows the language. And you can hear a gunshot, and they shoot a warning shot. Like, you can hear what a gunshot is. If I hear a gunshot, I don't give a fuck if I'm blind. I'm gonna lay down on the ground and be like, okay, go ahead. But he doesn't do that. He keeps speaking English, so he gets shot. Which I thought that was rather lame. Like, he got shot by just a bullet. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on now? What? The story isn't making sense now. And they take the girl, and it's like people in radiation suits, and then for some reason they put her in a fucking room where like she can't see anybody. Then out of the blue, like 50 people come out of the shadows. It's like, really? You're in a fucking room? One, why did they put 50 of these fucking things in the same room? Two, aren't they just going to eat each other? Like, if they're cannibals now or whatever, aren't they going to just eat each other and kill each other? Why wouldn't they? What, they need fresh pussy. That's what it is. They need fresh pussy. Fresh pussy. You know, I think my friends could agree. We need fresh pussy. That's why. That's the moral of the story. Fresh pussy. And you're dead done for. This movie just, the ending was just like, wow, of course, another downer ending. It's not even really a found footage movie. That's what kills me. It's not a found footage movie, and they still had to make it a down ending. And it didn't make sense of what they know about this, what's going on, how long have they known. Um, like, there's military guys guarding, but yet they didn't put the whole fucking army in Chernobyl. Like, you see, like, one guard. I guess they had a couple guards in there because you see one guy upside down, and like now at the end they have a fucking people with a tank, and it's like, why do they just throw that girl into that room? Don't they want to do tests on her? Why does she need to die? Like, really, why would they need to kill her? She's the one in trouble. It's like, we told you guys not to come in here. We told you there's some fucked up shit. We told you not to come in here. You disregard our orders. You came in. People got killed because you were being a dumbass. It's your fault. Go the fuck home. Explain to those parents what you guys did because you fucked up. We had military there. We had guns. We told you no. That's like if the mom tells a kid, don't touch the stove, and the kid touches the stove, it's the kid's fault. Give him a kick in the ass. Why do they need to kill the girl at the end? Does that make any fucking sense? It's not a fucking cover-up. What, were they doing tests on people? No, I thought these were the remnants of the people from Chernobyl who stayed. I thought that was the whole fucking point. So what does the government have to cover up? Like, really? Everybody knows what the fuck happened in Chernobyl. It's not like Chernobyl... Shh. Chernobyl... No, everybody fucking knows. Hell, I'd be more surprised if there weren't fucking mutants in Chernobyl. I'd be more surprised if there weren't. If on the news someone said we found some mutants in Chernobyl, I'd be like, of course, I fucking knew it. They'd be like, we found some aliens on Saturn. Well, should have known. Figured they'd be on Mars, but okay, if they're on Saturn, it's like, okay. Now, if it's like, hey, I found some aliens next door, I'd be like, holy shit. I found some mutants in McDonald's. Wow! Give me my food. Now fuck off. And bottom line with this movie is that the acting, I don't think, is bad. I think there's some decent scenes, like the scene with the little girl being used as bait, so they can go over and then come around and grab the person. The less is more aspect, I think, can work at times. I can be a fan of that, like Session 9, like Blair Witch Project, but it has to be done right. And you can't... This film isn't even... Well, let me get to that. So that aspect didn't bother me as much as some people, because the interpret in my own mind, it, to me, is better than shitty makeup or CGI. So that didn't bother me. And like I keep saying, I glanced at some of the makeup I saw in there when I'm watching this, and um, yeah, wasn't really great makeup. Or like it's just like regular looking dogs. People say they're irradiated dogs. I'm like, really? They look like just normal dogs. And a fucking bear. Um, this film should have been just about mutant bear, like that movie Prophecy. This should be a remake of Prophecy, that one that John Frankenheimer did. That was about mutant bears. That had a mutant bear in it. Should be, the remake of Prophecy is Chernobyl now. That'd been awesome. Not really, but yeah. Other than I like the atmosphere of the location, I thought the actors didn't do a bad job. The less is more aspect at times I thought were okay, but there's a lot of stupid decisions by the characters. Why do you want to go to fucking Chernobyl? Why do you disregard the military who has fucking guns and tells you no? Why? How can they easily get in by the shortcut that seems very obvious? You might as well have a big fucking neon sign that says shortcut here. If there's people there, where the fuck are the rest of the military? How come the whole damn army isn't there with guns ablazing and flamethrowers and grenades and fucking tanks? Like, where the fuck? Like, you have guards posting, and even Yuri says this is unusual. So where the fuck? Well, you only put like 3 guards there that we see dead or something? Come on, that's stupid. Uh, Yuri says stay in the car, but then he decides to fuck off and leave for some reason. It'd be safer in the car where there is light. If someone comes up to your window, they have to actually break through. You have a gun, boom, in the head, dead. Seeing the funky fish and not thinking anything twice. The girl taking a picture and, oh, nope, not going to tell anybody. A fucking bear comes out of nowhere that made me laugh my ass off. Oh, yeah, the other scene where they find the ring, but they don't find the younger brother's body, so you get the idea that he's dead. But then this fucking guy with no legs comes out. Like a guy, it looked like a guy with no legs. Probably a little person they hired. Just crawling on his stomach, and it wasn't really scary. It was kind of funny. A downer ending that just didn't make any fucking sense to the story. It's like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Um, Yuri's been doing this for 5 years, but yet he didn't fucking notice. Apparently, like 100 fucking mutants. That's what it looked like. 50 to 100 fucking mutants. What's the deal with the ending? Like, they have these people in cells. What are they doing? Like, what the fuck? Like, it didn't make any sense. That's not in the good, no explanation kind. This is this dumb kind. And it's not even found footage. Why did you have to have a downer ending? But every horror film has to have a downer ending that gets released in theaters. I mean, Blair Witch Project at least had, I think, really great characters, funny dialogue and humor, because a lot of it was ad lib. It has a good location, the atmosphere of the woods, but it also has a mystery that is intriguing, a backstory of the witch, which you get little hints of. You can make up your own mind. Was it the witch? Was it people following them? Um, I thought the characters, even if you didn't agree, I thought the characters' choices made sense to the event. Um, at least in the first 5 seconds, they give you the courtesy to tell you, hey, by the way, it's not going to end pretty with that title card. At least they gave you here. It's like, it's not even a found footage. It didn't have to end that way. It just ended in a stupid way. And that's not the only reason, though. It's just stupid character decisions. Fucking bears out of nowhere. Probably looking for boo-boo. Just like, what the fuck? Bottom line, don't go to Chernobyl for vacations. Like, I don't want to go to a concentration camp. I don't want to go to Chernobyl. I want to go to Disneyland, motherfucker. Winning. Bottom line, go the fuck to Disney World. I think there's a Euro Disney. Go to Euro Disney. I don't care how much it sucks. Go to Euro Disney. For fuck's sake. Shit.